Usually you get modem routers in there in like a combo package. So you'll have one or sometimes them separate from each other.
Right.
But it's not often that they're like that anymore.
That was the only box we got?
Yeah. Couldn't connect to network.
Yeah, they're not sending you broadband signal.
I just gotta get in touch with them. Find out what's going on with that.
So it'll just be calling them and having them set up, that's all.
Alright.
I believe it's just them sending out the broadband signal so you can have internet. I was just unsure if you could do that here because of the area. So
Yeah.
if you can, they'll allow you to do it, then cool.
Alright. So I guess some other questions I had too was like...
Go for it.
So these are all the things we had over in Oregon, house in Oregon, which we're gonna purchase new. But do you guys also do installation or just tech?
No, I actually mount TVs. I do that part for my wife as well.
Oh, you do all installation stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the big ones we have is we're not too sure.
eHarmony remote?
No, the...
Okay, go for it.
What is it?
I see the 55-inch TV.
Digital antenna.
Okay.
Last one we had was installed in our attic. And I don't know if you able to do that, because I know they just had to do some drilling because they had to get the line from the attic down to the living room to connect. So
now, with digital antennas, were there certain channels that you were trying to connect or get to? Because the only ones that I can think of that you'll get around here are just going to be local channels.
we want local.
Yeah.
We like local news.
Okay, and you can also get that from the internet as well. Like they give you a lot of local channels on the YouTube, so that you don't have to do so that you don't have to do that. Like you can turn on to YouTube, and then it goes to like Local 9 and Fox or at whatever station that's in this area, and you're able to see it within the area. So you don't have to do all the drilling for the cable antenna. And also on the other half of it, this is why I wouldn't recommend it. The feed that you're going to get from it is going to be terrible. So are you familiar with the pixelations that go into TV shows or movies? Yeah, so when you're doing digital, you're getting just that digital. And digital comes up really pixelated very badly. Yeah. Sometimes choppy, sometimes drop. So if you want the best on what you're going to put on your TVs or whatever you're going to use it for, I wouldn't suggest using that. I would just suggest streaming it through YouTube.
So that's like how we watch Taskmaster.
Okay. Yeah.
And because really the only thing that we watch locally is the local news and Jeopardy. That's it. And the Jeopardy, it gets so messed up. It'll stop and then it'll get all pixelated.
And I don't want you to have to go through that because it's a headache, and I get it. But that's the only reason why. And the only other side on why I recommend that is because I used to work at Best Buy, but I had clients that used to live in the Boone area, so they're in the mountains. And when they would ask for these digital antennas, I would tell them the same things, but it's going to be kind of janky up there.
Yeah.
You know, because you're in the mountainous areas and you're trying to get reception down here. It's going to say it can go 50 miles, but it's not factoring in the terrain.
Right. Straight. It's supposed to be like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not factoring in the terrain. So.
All right. So you want to just
We'll
skip that for now.
We can come back to it if you aren't satisfied with it.
Yeah. Other thing too, we want to see before all we had was a sound bar.
Okay.
With a subwoofer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're thinking about now actually getting just small speakers, maybe plus the sound bar or whatever.
Whole home system, whole home.
Yeah. So like having speakers up on somewhere on stand-up ones or up in the ceiling or something.
So you got two options. So there's a good way that you can do it, and then there's a best way that you can do it. I don't want to eliminate either option. So
right.
The good way is that Sony, Samsung, and the LG all have premium sound bars and also a multi-kit, meaning that once you get their sound bar, there's additional speakers that you can buy to go with it as well, and they connect seamlessly to it.
Okay.
They're all Bluetooth.
Are they wireless?
Yeah, they're wireless so that you have to be all on internet, but it pairs with the Alexa and Google Home Assistant and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it's the sound bar plus the 5 speakers that you will get, so it's a 5.1 channel speaker, meaning that it gives you 5 separate speakers and 1 subwoofer channel.
Okay.
So those are just, I'll show you that one because it's on the Apple and Best Buy as well. But and the other ones to it is the better way if you guys want to go that route. Are you familiar with Sonos?
What those?
Sonos.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I've seen the name.
Okay, so Sonos is a premier sound system quality that people have in their homes.
Right.
But it's a lot easier to integrate because it has smart features built on top of the home features that it's designed with. So you have, I think, the Play 1, Play 3, Play 5, and then they have a couple of different channels in between. But the Play 1 is essentially like a mini space bar that sits right there, but it amplifies the sound. The Play 2 and, well, Play 3, or Play 1, excuse me, are movable speakers that you could take from either in the living room to the bathroom, interchange them anywhere within the household, and they're still going to be able to function with or without the TV. So they're paired with and without Alexa, but they're integratable to go anywhere in the home. So, say for instance, you want to watch a movie out here, soundbar was up there, and one of the mini speakers was out here. He wanted to go take a shower in the back. He can take that speaker, go to take a shower in the back. It does not interfere with your system at all. Change it so that now he's able to watch or listen to anything he wants to while he takes a shower, bring it back, and pair it right back to your TV like nothing ever happened.
That's cool.
So that's called the Sonos system.
Okay.
Sonos.
Right.
Sonos.
All right.
But it's really good. The other ones I'll show you shortly, but I want to get those two out of the way.
Price is gonna be a factor, so just pick that.
So this will be the setup of the TV and sound stuff is for, all intents and purposes, but my office view here. And I wasn't too sure how that would affect anything. This is where I would be doing my work.
Okay.
So I don't know if I need a booster somewhere or if you think it'll be fine.
Well, with the integrated system that I was going to recommend, everything I'm recommending is for a purpose. I'm not going to try to oversell you or give you something that you don't need or don't want. The good thing is I get to be in your home so I can see everything.
Yeah.
But they have a whole home system Wi-Fi that covers about 20,000 square feet.
Oh, wow.
Okay? You will probably never need another Wi-Fi extension cable after this one I recommend. Okay? Never. Even if you move to a farm, you can still use this one. Okay?
All right.
So that one will definitely cover this range outside if you go down the street, whatever it is. But I want to recommend the good one that's easy to use and not so complicated to configure.
And which one is that?
It's going to be an Amplify system, the one that we have in our home and I've had for about 3 years now.
Okay.
I've not changed our routers and I do not plan to anytime soon.
That's the name of the company, is Amplify?
I think it's Amplify and Ubiquity, one of the two.
Okay.
But I was going to
All
show
right.
you those two.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
And I saw that you guys had a detached garage, right? So you walk and go over here to your garage?
Yes.
Okay. Do you plan on adding like a camera, light, something over there?
Probably have some, like, either Arlo, some kind of
All right, cool.
system.
I'm glad I asked that question now versus later.
Okay.
So if you are adding, let's say you wanted to get a video doorbell or you wanted to add the Arlo camera, now we're talking about the feeds that come on through your phone and how often they drop. If your Wi-Fi gets any type of janky in between, those will go out. Those will be the first things to go out because it's like a constant FaceTime call at all times.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have good enough Wi-Fi, the feed won't be good enough. So if
Okay.
you do plan on putting up Arlos or adding to them, the same one that I'm recommending you shouldn't have to go away from.
Okay.
Okay?
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make it a one-time thing so you don't have to keep going back.
You lost me on that one.
Go for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just because if the cameras, if we get a subpar Wi-Fi system,
Yeah.
it might not be able to reach the camera to the home base of the Arlo.
So the amount of devices that you guys have in here, right? If you're using them simultaneously, like say for instance, the TV's going, laptop's in the back, and everything's going, and you get to a point where you're trying to get your feed onto your camera and it drops or it won't connect. The reason why it won't connect is because there's so many devices going at one time, and that's like trying to make a FaceTime call to somebody all the way out in the country that doesn't have service. So that's why it won't be able to connect because of the Wi-Fi connection. It's a lot of devices going on at one time, and it's unable to do it, so it'll drop from time to time. And I wouldn't recommend saying, hey, turn off your TV, or hey, stop using this just because you want that.
So
the answer would be just getting...
It's something like we have to upgrade with AT&T.
No. It's a device that you can add on to what you already have.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's where we go from making the internet that you have into mesh internet. So mesh internet takes up the bubble that makes, spreads in your home, and breaks it into mini bubbles so that you can place it everywhere in your home. So that way you don't have lag, dead spots, or drops in any of your service.
Got it. Okay.
So
So what was the name of that company again? The one you guys use?